your success?
So firstly, my family definitely encouraging me, emotional support, which is very crucial for this exam, long process of this exam. Other than that, definitely so coaching institute ALS in particular, because that's where my journey started, and I have very fond memories of classes here. I never was the very aware kind of student in college who was very updated with the current affairs around her. And I was very scared of that fact, because I really felt that somebody as ignorant as me trying to give this exam is a recipe for disaster, literally. But in ALS, I think Jyotis sir, Vineet sir, you managed to really develop my interest in the subject, quality, definitely. I mean, first time when I took a look at the PM Bakshi book and Constitution of India and the article and the language, very scary, but definitely.
So, when did you think of preparing for civil services?
Sir, it was after graduation. I took some time off to explore different fields and introspect a little, brainstorm what I really wanted to do, and maybe helping out in the progress of the society in some way or the other figured as a top priority. I felt that the only way I could derive satisfaction from my job was if I knew that I was doing something to bring about change, to help overcome the problems in the country. So I was looking for avenues where I could be of best use to the society. And at one point I thought of working in NGOs, and I took some experience in NGOs. And there I felt that the NGOs were very, very dependent on the government for getting any of their work done. And in one personal errand that I ran, I had to go to a government office thrice, unfortunately, to get one single task done. So I felt that change, if I had to do something, it should have at least a little more authority, maybe a little more power to do something. So that's when, after discussing it with my father and my brother, civil services and administrative service in particular emerged as a very good platform. And that's when I decided to put my heart and soul into the preparation.
So immediately after your graduation,
yes,
there would have been some dilemma regarding should you go for post-graduation or should you prepare for civil services?
Yes,
how did you resolve that?
So I felt that first I had heard that this exam is very demanding. First of all, the preparation requires your utmost dedication. And I have always felt that I've been a little weak at multitasking, and I felt that since all my interests lay in this very field, pursuing a higher education degree, even though I think it is still crucial, I thought that I would rather channel all my efforts here and give it my best shot. So I decided to give a full-fledged attempt without any distraction, without any diversion.
So was it a shortcoming, or was it a impediment in your preparation?
No, sir. It was never an impediment, but sometimes I did feel that maybe it's good to have a better qualification and something you can bank on in case you're not successful. But I think looking at it from another side, I think it also helped me work harder because I had no other option, no safety net as such.
Okay. So I mean, a raw knowledge or less knowledge, also might have been of some use because you could start fresh.
Yes, sir. I thought so, yes, sir. So I didn't have any rumors or all those fantastical stories you hear about UPSC in the exam, that somebody did it in so long and somebody was preparing since childhood. Nothing of that sort. Took it as an exam. Tried to take it as just
How many
an exam.
attempts you took to qualify?
Sir, I took 2 attempts.
So in the first attempt, what was your result?
Sir, I made it to the interview stage, but I did not get a final rank.
So what went wrong in your first attempt and what you did to overcome that?
Sir, I think simply put, it was inadequate preparation on my part, I thought. My strategy went a little bad because I did not finish both my optionals before prelims, and I thought that was crucial to be comfortable with the main preparation in the given window after prelims. Besides that, I think revision. I mean, given the huge syllabus, I never thought revision was the way to go because there's so many things you have to revise. I mean, in the first go itself, you're never able to finish everything you want to. So, in the first attempt, I was very focused on finishing everything.
So by the time you completed one round, the time is over.
Yes, sir.
There's no time to revise.
Yes, sir. In the second attempt, I prioritized the topics. I saw which one was actually very important, and there were some topics which, even if I wasn't very prepared, I could still write on my own something instead of utter nonsense. So, doing that and making a lot of summaries for both my optionals and for GS also, note making, regular note making, and regular revision made a great deal of difference.
So what was your graduation subject?
So it was English literature.
Okay. So then what were the subjects you were taken for main exam?
So I took geography and philosophy.
Okay. So why didn't you take English literature?
So I was not very confident of the material that would be available from this exam point of view for English literature, and given the lack of guidance at that time, I was a little apprehensive about trying something that was not very popular at that time. And I think the best part of English literature in college for me was the philosophical part. So I decided that I should use this opportunity to delve into philosophy further rather than doing the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So what prompted you to think about taking geography and the other subject?
So geography was a popular subject, and I have to admit that I took it because everyone told me it was scoring, and also because it helped in general studies a lot, to a great deal. And at that time I had no idea that they had a very vast syllabus and what I really felt was that interest is the utmost priority for selecting an optional, and we should never go by whichever one is popular. That shouldn't matter.
Okay. So you like geography?
I did like it, sir, but I would still say the syllabus is huge. And
Compared to philosophy?
yes, sir. Compared to philosophy syllabus is very concise, very consolidated. So I felt compared to philosophy it was very huge.
But you had an interest from English literature?
In philosophy, yes, sir.
Okay.
It was a continuation. I had some background in philosophy prior to.
So when you started thinking of preparing for civil
Yes,
services,
sir.
I'm sure there might have been some dilemma regarding should you go for a coaching immediately or should you do after some time?
Yes, sir.
So how did you resolve that? What was your dilemma?
So I did set out on my own, and for about a month I was trying to find out more about the nature of the exam, what options are there before me, what is the process, the procedure, and I felt that after a certain point, after inquiring enough about the exam, I felt that I did need some guidance because I had never really thought about giving an exam of this sort. So I felt that some guidance was needed. So I made up my mind that coaching was definitely the way to go.
So